Okay, it's time to review my favorite adjustable dumbbells in our current existence, in this realm, whatever's going on, the NÜOBELL 100s. No, they are not perfect, and neither are you, and certainly neither am I. All of that's okay. I find these to be quite special. I'm going to tell you why I find them to be so special, and certainly what I think they could do better, so you can decide if they might be right for you. Let's get to the video. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Chris and this is Strength and Steel Reviews, where we review home gym equipment and bravely question the very nature of existence itself. Do we come up with any answers to these questions? Absolutely not. But do we continue to ask them anyway? Yes. But more on that later, I'm sure. We'll just have to see. I don't know what direction this review is going to go until I keep talking, and talking is what I do. What we should be talking about and what this is supposed to be focused upon are the NÜOBELL 100s. Now these are indeed my favorite adjustable dumbbells of 2026. These are the ones that I use the most often. Previous models have gotten some bad publicity, especially from Gluck. I know that he had dropped them off of his bench and they actually broke. Obviously that's an engineering issue and not something to applaud. But I will say up front, I don't drop my adjustable dumbbells all that often, and I'd invite you to ask yourself the same question. What most people are worried about are accidental drops, usually falling from bench height. And if that happens to you often, I guess I would hesitate. But from what I can tell, I don't think these are all that fragile. If anything, this updated model from NÜOBELL has certainly improved the durability of the actual dumbbell. But before we proceed any further, let me just say that I bought these NÜOBELLs with my own money. I wasn't gifted them from NÜOBELL, as nice as that would have been. So this review is completely objective, it's completely unbiased. These are my opinions. And if by the end of the review you think you might want to actually buy a pair of the NÜOBELLs, I will link them down below. To me, they're certainly worthy of your time. I think they're for a very distinct kind of user, and that would be me, and it might be you. It also might not be. We're gonna see. Anyway, let's proceed with this review. I was gonna write some stuff down before actually conducting this review, but after doing a few sets of hack squat, I just said, you know what? We're gonna go for it. Now these dumbbells go as low as 5 pounds and as high as 100 in 5-pound increments. We'll talk more about the adjustment system later, but just considering that fact is amazing. Now in my experience, most adjustable dumbbells start at around 10 pounds, except for those Flybird adjustable dumbbells. Those start at 15 pounds. Couldn't tell you why. But ideally, you want a 5-pound starting weight. And these NÜOBELLs start at 5 and they go all the way up to 100. Let that sink in. That's 20 different sets of adjustable dumbbells. And that's awesome. I love 5-pound increments. I love my true laps, but indeed the incremental jumps are kind of peculiar because they're designed for kilograms. These are 5 pounds and I love that. And these are really expensive adjustable dumbbells. I'm sure you know that, but if you don't, here's the price on screen. Yes, they are expensive, but in their defense, they appear expensive. They feel premium. You can tell they are expertly crafted. I mean, the adjustment system is so smooth. Each plate perfectly interlocks. I've had no issues loading or unloading the dumbbell from the cradle. I've had no errors at all with use. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not throwing my adjustable dumbbells around. When I worked out at a commercial gym, I didn't throw fixed dumbbells around either. That's just not what I do. But if you are, yeah, a set like this, I would hesitate. You're probably gonna wanna lean towards the Eisen Links, or the Iron Masters, or the almighty Rep Pepins. These dumbbells are not centralized around that durability concept. They're centralized around convenience, around ease of access. And to many of us, like me, that is a really special thing. I like easy access to all of my equipment, so anything that expedites the process of using it, anything that smoothens out my training flow, that is what I am about. And these NÜOBELLs enable me to do that. I love this wrist style adjustment system. I think it is the best thing ever. It allows you to access the weight so easily, so smoothly. It's such a special thing to me. I couldn't go back after the wrist style adjustment system. I want it on every set that I ever own. And to me, this adjustment system is even better than the True Laughs because when you twist the grip, there's something so certain about the click about the feel of this internal mechanism working to provide me with the weight that I so choose. Now, there are a few complaints that I would like to address. The first would be the passive knurling. The knurling here is indeed kind of passive, and the grip is rather narrow. I think it's a 32 millimeter grip, which is narrower than most dumbbells. And I hear Coop from Garage Gym Reviews saying he prefers fatter grips on dumbbells when doing presses. I continually find myself operating against the norm in my understanding. I think that's just because we all have our own preferences. Please do not forget that. When you're watching reviewers, just remember that each reviewer is their own person. And if they work out, they have their own preferences. For me, I do like a narrower grip. And despite me being such a rough looking dude who clearly works really hard, obviously that's how you see me, a rough looking dude that works hard, I like a more passive knurling. And you know what? I don't feel like any less of a man for saying so. That being said, even for me, this is a little more passive than I would ordinarily like. I would like it to be a little more aggressive. That doesn't mean I want it to be aggressive, but yeah, I would like it to be a little more course. But even so, what I'm saying is the fact that it's passive doesn't bother me. The fact that the grip is narrow, I actually prefer that to a wider, thicker grip. And that's just me. I'm telling you what I like. And you can decide what you want to do about that. Another complaint about these NÜOBELLs would be that they feel kind of imbalanced during use. And on this one, I don't disagree, especially at the lower weight thresholds. It definitely tends to waffle back towards its center point. But the more weight that you add to the dumbbell, the less that you feel it. And honestly, if you're used to adjustable dumbbells, you are prepared to make these concessions. These compromises are kind of unavoidable when it comes to selecting any kind of adjustable dumbbell. So the fact that they're slightly imbalanced at lower weight thresholds, I don't mind. I'm prepared for that. For all of the adjustable dumbbells that are being released, each trying to improve upon the design of their contemporaries, I detect some kind of flaw in every pair that I get my hands on. And these flaws are generally the perception of the beholder, the perception of the user. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but we're in a really polarized place right now in our society. So even adjustable dumbbells, people seem to be forming into tribes. You don't need to form into a tribe. Nobody cares what you use. I like NÜOBELLs, maybe you don't, that's okay. Choose what you like, it's your home gym. Okay, the third complaint would be the NÜOBELLs are pretty big. And honestly, they are pretty big. These are long adjustable dumbbells. Even my new adjustable dumbbell stand from Synergy Custom Fitness, I just reviewed it. If you want to check out that review, head over to it. I love this stand. It allows for multiple sets of adjustable dumbbells and attachments. It's dope. But even for this dope stand, the cradle for the NÜOBELLs, and of course the NÜOBELLs themselves, are too big for the platform. And no, I don't have that same issue with my TrueLaps, which I also use for this dumbbell stand. And I know there is no issue with the rep Pepins or probably most other sets. So yeah, these are long adjustable dumbbells. They kind of remind me of the quick draws in that regard. But the quick draws also had an awesome adjustment system that to me made them awesome, because I love speedy adjustment systems. So I love the quick draws, I love the NÜOBELLs, I love the TrueLaps. The fact that they're big, yeah, I definitely wish that they were smaller, but they're not. And honestly, it does not bother me that much. I'm so grateful to have a weight range from 5 to 100 pounds with a wrist style adjustment system. It's awesome. I can't emphasize that enough. And now the last perceived shortcoming that I will mention is the cradle. The cradle is made of some kind of aluminum. This isn't cast iron. After seeing Snowd's cradle, I really can't go back. They're a much cheaper adjustable dumbbell, and they've managed to produce that kind of cast iron cradle. I don't know why the NÜOBELLs can't do the same, because again, these are really expensive adjustable dumbbells. But in my eyes, you get what you pay for. And for the most part, I think you get a lot of bang for your buck. These go all the way up to 100 pounds. Now, I know a lot of you like to think that you're going to need more than 80 pounds, but the truth is you probably won't. Some of you are gonna need north of 80, maybe 85, maybe 90. Sometimes I use 85s for an incline press, but most often I'm staying sub 80 myself. And I get it, it's cool to have that nice 3-digit number, 100-pound dumbbells. These go up to 100, that's why they did it. That's kind of all the rage, 100-pound adjustable dumbbells. Honestly, I like that too. I'm glad they go up to 100. That makes them cooler in my eyes. But if I'm being real with myself, which is what I strive to do always, I'm probably not going to use them at 100 pounds. I just like having them at 100 pounds. And if you're being honest with yourself and you don't think you're gonna go above 80 pounds, then I would get their other model, the one that goes up to 80 pounds. Those are probably going to be more suitable for you. But if you like to live on the wild side and you wanna believe, you wanna hope that someday you will lift 100-pound adjustable dumbbells, well, get the 100s, why not? Okay, so to me, the main competition with these NÜOBELLs would be the rep Pepins. Now, those are tough durable, adjustable dumbbells, that is also for a very specific kind of user. Those are premium, expensive adjustable dumbbells that go up to 125 pounds. If you're at all involved in this little niche of ours, you know all about the Pepin, so I won't speak of them any further. But these are the two heavy hitters. And to me, each set is developed for a very different kind of user. The Pepins operate in 10-pound increments, and they have those adder weights and a pop pin adjustment system, and they are no doubt incredibly tough. It's a pretty ingenious construction, I do agree. But I don't like those magnetic adder weights. I don't really like the pop pin system. And if I'm being honest, I didn't really like the Cradle either. As I said earlier, I'm all about speed. I'm all about convenience. I'm all about access. So if I'm looking at the two sets and I'm studying which of them appeals to me more, I'm considering my training style. I'm considering my home gym setup. And for me, that's the NÜOBELLs. These are my favorite adjustable dumbbell of 2026. As I so boldly stated in my best adjustable dumbbells of 2026 video. If you want to check that out, I'll link it below. And to be clear, in that I objectively said the Pepins are the best adjustable dumbbell, but my favorite would be the NÜOBELLs. Anyway, these are very expensive adjustable dumbbells and they are not going to be for everyone. But if you're looking to splurge and you're looking to settle upon one set for the rest of your time, I think these could be it. Just make sure that you're gentle, make sure you show them some love. These are your babies now. If you weren't a father, you are now, or a mother. Point is, you're a parent, and now you've accepted this noble responsibility, and to that, I applaud you. Anyway, nothing is real, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe you do. Comment below if you can instruct me as to what existence is and what I should do about it. If you have no useful answers for me, tell me if you have the NÜOBELLs, tell me if you like the NÜOBELLs, tell me if you think they are a waste of time, if they're overpriced. What do you think about the NÜOBELL 100s? Otherwise, I think that's it for the review. We just kind of freeballed this. Hopefully it went well. I'll know in a few minutes when I review the footage. But if you want more home gym reviews, more gear reviews like this, make sure to subscribe. And as always, you stay strong and you stay steely, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.